Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So today I'm going to show you some Stuart Crystal pre-1930s decanters. I have a few. I've got some early ones, and the reason I've picked 1930s is because I have a catalogue for 1927, and so it's kind of like that's my end point. So everything that's in there is, I'm saying, is up to 1930. There may be others, but yeah. And I have a few earlier ones which I've got other references for. So yeah, so I hope you enjoy this. You're going to see, I'm not going to bother, this is what they're like, because they're all very different. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy this, and we'll get on and start looking at the decanters. Thank you. So your immediate thought when you see this decanter is, oh, it's Whitefriars, but it's not, it's Stuart. I have a very good catalogue reference I'm going to show you in a minute. The stopper's not the original. I put that in there to stop it from filling with dust. The catalogue reference says it's 1889, and fun enough, this silver top here is hallmarked for Birmingham, 1889 to 1890. It's made by John Grinson and Sons. Yeah, so yeah, it looks very aesthetic movement. It's a nice little small thing. I bought it without the stopper, and yeah, I just thought that's really cute. I have to have it. In fact, actually, I think it did have a stopper, but a really rubbish, more rubbish than this one is. But yeah, when I show you in the book reference, you'll see. It's no, it's not even really the right size. The real one would be a bit taller and would have a print on it. So anyway, it is what it is, and yeah, so that's quite a rare one. It's the only one I've seen, so I hope you like it. The reference I'm showing you here is from the book British Glass, 1800 to 1914 by Charles Hajdamach, and yeah, so this is the decanter. Obviously mine has got a silver collar on it, and it would have had this funny little stopper, which I don't have. But you can see it is the same decanter with the little prunts and collar. So yeah, I think the only thing that's not very clear on this one is that this doesn't have ribs on it, and this little etching bit here, that implies that it was probably made to have, if they were roughing that, it was made to then have a silver collar put on it. So yeah, so that's that. Oh, and the date on here is, as I said, 1889. Yep, more shocking revelations. I believe these are Stuart as well. This one does have a hallmark for 1889 on it. And yeah, there's no maker, and yeah, it's again, it's aesthetic movement. And the other one, this one here, I've seen other versions of these. I mean, that one's not ribbed. This one is. The rigglery down the side is done exactly the same way. Where the stoppers are as well is the same. What's that? Oh, there's a little label on it. I don't know what that is. Must have been there. I've not even looked. Yeah. So, and the way the stoppers are made is the same. Even the texture, it's funny, but the texture of the glass is the same. It's a weird thing to say, but it is. The way, you know, this lozenge and this lozenge feels like it's been made by the same hand. In a way, it's a weird thing. But anyway, so yeah, I will show you the references I have. One of them's from Andy McConnell, and the other ones I will describe as a partial reference. So anyway, we'll move on and I'll show you something else. Sticking with British Glass by Charles Hajdamach is the partial reference I mentioned. So you've got this collar, you've got this rough bit for having a silver collar on it. Different shape stopper, but you can see here on the shoulder you've got these little crenellations. I desperately want to see what the rest of this page looks like, but I think this might be close to all those decanters that we were looking at just now, but I'll show you another reference. So the book I have in front of me is the Decanter, An Illustrated History of Glass from 1650 by Andy McConnell, and it's got this decanter here, which is clearly what my decanters are. And yeah, what number is it? It's number 3. Rib, dimple, Venice, blah, 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 Pierce trails, blah, 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 Stuart. There you go. And he's dating these 1890 to 1915. So, yeah. So there it is. This one doesn't have a stopper though. But that's no biggie. The body is the same. So I don't have any book references for this piece. It's not in any of my catalogues, but this is a shape that was first introduced, I believe, by Whitefriars, or this, not shape, this style of carafe. And yeah, it's not a decanter, it's a carafe, but hey, yeah, I'm not being picky. Anyway, the reason this is in here is because it's actually a marked piece, and I know that they were making them from even before I think Stuart existed as a style, and it doesn't appear in the 1927 catalogue, so I'm presuming it's earlier than that. And yeah, let's see if I can find the mark on it. Where's it gone? Here we go. It's just here. There you go. Can you see? Stuart, England. So yeah, so that's definitely Stuart. Another aesthetic movement piece. And just for the fun of it, this piece isn't marked, but it might be by Stuart too. Yeah, 2 for the price of 1. In fact, I've got another one. But this one's got the same kind of, doesn't have a frill like the Whitefriars ones do. I don't know if Whitefriars did them with a little riggery piece like this. And what's fun about this is that actually the stopper is made to go with the top squarely like that. I think that's quite fun. Anyway, so this one's definitely Stuart. This one might not be, but I think it's close enough. Anyway, there you go. This is a decanter that's in the 1927 catalogue. It doesn't reappear in the 1939 one, so obviously they'd stopped making it by then. It's kind of like a variation, your traditional kind of like square cut spirit decanter. It's got this kind of quatrefoil shaped body. And he's making it easy to grip bits here. In some ways it's a funny shape to get hold of, but yeah, and the standard ball stopper, it's really bright and shiny, so yeah, it doesn't feel like a Victorian equivalent. Yeah, cut in here. So yeah, this is quite nice, unusual, and I'll show you that in the catalogue. So on my lap I have the 1927 calendar, and here we go. Here's the decanter we were looking at, with pattern number 14025. So there it is. So I have a pair of, well, they're not a pair. In fact, I have two pairs because I've got two small ones and two big ones, but I'm only going to show you these two. Yeah, these are Stuart Crystal Stratford pattern, designed by Ludwig Knigh in 1921. They are in the 1927 calendar. With this, so there's different shapes. I think the other shape stopper is a later shape. This is an earlier shape, which has got this polished centre out of it. Yeah, they're very plain for considering the period they're from. I suppose you might think they're Art Deco, classic Stratford. Is just these rings really. That's what makes it Stratford. The glasses have one set of rings. Decanters have two. Yeah. So yeah, so that's those. Hope you like them. And yeah, the small ones are quite rare. Just saying, I wouldn't say these are super common, but these are not very common. So I've got the 1927 calendar again. Yeah, it says quarter size. Mine is not quarter size. In fact, mine is normal size and then tiny. That's not in here, but it's got a pattern number 21699. The same flat top. So there you go. So there's that one. This is the last one I'm going to show you. That's in the 1927 catalogue. Although it's not this size because this is tiny. Yeah, it's kind of like a faux Georgian Prussian shaped decanter with the fake rings where you can put your finger inside the ring on the inside because it's basically blown into the mould to be that shape as opposed to being a sausage of glass attached to it. And yeah, the small ones are not very common. I've only got a few of them, and they're quite cute really. I don't know what to say about this one really. It's a bit of a boring cut pattern really. That's but it's interesting that it's from the 1920s and it's kind of a Georgian copy-ish type thing. Again with the 1927 catalogue, and here's the one with the boring cutting on it, inspired by Georgia Regency, so with the Prussian shape, cut top. Pattern number here is 22637. So there we go, and there's the rest of the service there. They're showing multiple services on these pages. So this particular decanter's not actually in any of the catalogues, but there's a good reason for saying it's Stuart Crystal, and also for why I'm dating it the way I am. I think just to give you a quick look at it, just to see how it is. Anyway, the shape of the stopper. The stopper actually has a little number on it. Where is it? Tiny. It says 136. And there's a similar number there, 136, just inside the lip. And yeah, it's got a decent amount of wear on the base. You can just see there's quite heavily worn. So yeah, so this is clearly not anywhere near new. So anyway, what I'll do is I will go to the 1927 catalogue and show you, one, that it's not there, but two, why I think this is a 1920s decanter. So I'm looking at the 1927 catalogue here. You can see this decanter here, the shape is the same as the one we were just looking at. It's got the same panels on the neck here. The stopper is exactly the same as well, and it's got the same star cut base. This one looks slightly different. The stopper's a bit different. And then there's another one down here, which has the same shape stopper, panels, same shape body. Yeah, this shape doesn't appear in my later catalogue from the 1930s. So I'm presuming this is an earlier shape. This pattern here, it's called Arundel. In post-war it's called Arundel. Here it's just got, these are called laurels. They call these laurels. But yeah, everything post-war, and here it's got these panels cut on it underneath. The only place, let me go see if I can get this to go back a couple of pages, where you can find that pattern without the panels is, yeah, in amongst the celery vases. And you've got one here, and it's got the same little lines cut on it. And yeah, one here with the same lines. So, in fact, actually that looks like the decanter without the top and the stopper. But yeah, so I'm feeling comfortable that this is a 1920s decanter, because the only time this cutting appears as it is, that could be considered part of this set, is here. And in fact, actually, no, this is different. I just noticed. So this is wheat husk, and this is laurels. So yeah, here. So this is the only occurrence of it. And yeah, and the shape only appears in this 1927 catalogue as well. So, and not in the 1930s catalogue. And yeah, and these two elements here only appear here and not subsequently. So the last decanter I'm going to show you is this super quality one. Yeah, this is not in any catalogues. I'm not certain of this. I think it's Stuart. I think to me, it looks kind of like it's an earlier one, you know, closer to 1920 than 1930. They did wasted decanters like this. This basic shape. The stopper's a bit different. The stopper seems like an earlier style, really. More, it's kind of got a bit of Victorian about it, but then the cutting on it is very like a design that Ludwig Knai would do, with these, and then these lozenges, or these ellipses with the edges cut into. Yeah. So I don't know. I really like it. It's got optical effect and everything. It's got everything going for it, this one. But apart from the fact that I'm not certain who made it, but I think it's Stuart Crystal. But anybody can tell me if anybody can tell me who made it, I would really like to know. And I haven't got a reference for it. I'll show you the kind of shapes I mean in the 1927 catalogue. So I don't have an exact reference, but as I said, they produced this wasted shape. Here's another one down here. Yeah, it's no guarantee at all, because other people might have been doing the shape as well. So yeah, I'm just going by the shape and the cutting as well, being a bit like something Stuart would do.